1, 2, 3,
Wait.
4, 5. This is groundbreaking novel material.
Science.
Hey, I'm Bob.
And I'm Grace.
And today, we're gonna test how realistic is movement speed in D&D. Disengage. According to the player's handbook, every character and monster has a speed, which is a distance in feet that it can walk in one round. This number assumes short bursts of energetic movement in the midst of a life-threatening situation. In combat, characters and monsters are in constant motion, often using movement and position to gain the upper hand. So, the real thing I wanted to try to figure out with this video is what movement speed really looks like. Because it's defined as a walking speed, it's called walking in that definition.
Yeah, so it's really gonna be more of a lope than a walk.
That's what we're gonna find out. So we are gonna use the movement speeds of some common creatures with some typical items / spell effects, bonuses, conditions like being prone.
I'm getting covered in bugs.
As well as dashing. And we are gonna find out what that looks like and try to calculate our actual movement speed to see who is the fastest D&D character between myself, Grace, and Steven here behind the camera. And we're gonna get a sweet buff from our summer channel sponsor, Describe, who's casting Haste. You found it difficult to learn this spell, and casting it is never easy. You speed through the complexities of its syllables, hoping your tongue doesn't trip, and your hand flickers through its gestures because swiftness is critical. These components wind up time in their magic and bind it to your target where it spools out as extra moments. So that is one of over 2,000 professionally written scenes for spells, locations, monsters, and more from Describe. You can check out some of them for free using the link below, or unlock everything when you sign up below with the coupon code BOB to save 10% and bring your adventures to life with Describe. So, while we are going to try to calculate our movement speed toward the end of this, for most of it, we're gonna assume, or at least for this beginning part, we're gonna assume that we are just human commoners, movement speed of 30 feet. We don't have any gear, we're not wearing any armor, and we're gonna do our first test with sample human Grace, where you can see there are cones laid out every 5 feet. So I am gonna time this out. Already in position.
You're a regular person. They don't have a sprinter start.
She's a monk. She might be a monk. No gear, no nothing.
Yeah, sprinting hasn't been invented yet.
Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, that was slow.
That's how your heroes move in D&D.
They walk around exactly like that.
Hello, Wizards of the Coast. We have some information for you.
Okay, so now another thing about your movement in D&D is that the character isn't just moving. Please retrieve your weapon. She's ready. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, as a fighter, I would have had to make 2 attacks there. However, as a slow commoner, I only had 1.
Yeah, with your measly D4 club.
Excuse
literal
me?
peasant. Anyway, we're gonna move from our regular human example to an apparently unarmed gnome that can only move 25 feet in the same amount of time. And we're gonna see what that looks like. So yeah, that one.
Okay.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's pretty good.
That's what gnomes look like when they run.
Exactly.
Now, we're gonna try with the most common bonus to speed that you usually see. That's just +10 movement. You can get that from like the mobile feat. You can get that from being a monk. Blade singers get it too. I think a lot of people get +10 to movement. So Grace is just gonna try to run 40 feet in 6 seconds.
Bob, why aren't we gonna move the cones?
And that's an excellent point, because D&D also assumes that you can run that same movement speed whether you're sprinting in a straight line or like stopping and turning and going around corners or like over stuff, whatever. So for this example, we'll just have you run to the end and run back 10 feet. Ding. Are you ready?
Ready. Do I look ready?
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you messed it up. Got overconfident there, little mobile feet. But next, my turn to get on the line. I gotta represent my boy, our boy, Barty McFly. Yeah, because aarakocra, here, you take the timer. Aarakocra can move 50 feet. It's a flying speed, not walking, but they're the fastest character, technically, because of that movement speed.
Ready? Go. 1, 2,
That was way too fast.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that 50?
I'm getting covered in bugs.
I hope you got that. Next one is our prone condition, if you can't tell, where it costs half of their movement to get up. So Grace, our human commoner, will have to use technically 15 feet just to stand up, and then can only move 15 feet in this 6-second round. Thank you so much. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did it.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the most
it actually
realistic ones I've played.
took about like 2 or 3 seconds to physically get up.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
Interesting.
For once, Wizards of the Coast, you got
Whoa.
one thing right.
And so, hold on there, Steven. Excellent point. If your movement speed's like 60 feet, it still takes half your movement to get up. So like the faster you are, it's like the slower you are to like get up from the ground. But you just made a great point that it's really just like, it takes 3 seconds. Jeremy Crawford, you're okay.
So here we have human Bob in his natural habitat. He's gonna dash. And dashing is twice your movement speed after any modifiers you have. Since Bob is just a human, lowly human commoner, a peasant, he can only move 60 feet running. So slow.
You ready? Oh.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
So this next one is more than just a regular dash. This is using an example from one of our actual games where Grace is an actual player in this game, DM'd by our other friend named Steven. She plays a half elf, half orc, wizard, blade singer with the mobile feat. So she gets that +10 from mobile to her speed, and when she's blade singing, it's another +10, making her movement speed 50 feet, but if she dashes, doubled after all her modifiers, her character can move 100 feet in 1 round. So we have extended our course beyond what it was just at to way out there. So in the distance, when Grace gets there, she will like throw up her arms so you guys can see when she gets to the end. We're just gonna see if she could do it in 6 seconds. I believe in her.
I don't.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, she made it. Woo!
You did it.
What was that? Is that your guys' signature Bob World Builder handshake?
Yep.
That's a Grace World Destroyer handshake.
Oh.
So the next one, last and final one, which I didn't fully explain to Steven, who's still holding the camera, that I want him to try, is our goofiest one. The farthest that we are gonna take the ridiculousness that you can get to with speeds, just based from items, spells, and D&D. No like +10s in here, no boots of speed on this or nothing. Just dashing while your character, who has a regular 30-foot speed, is hasted. So I'll break down a little math for you. Movie magic, it's probably on screen too. If you're a regular human with 30-foot movement speed, times that by 2, because haste doubles your movement speed, you're at 60 feet now, off the bat. With haste, You can also, of course, use the dash action if another character casts haste on you. So if you dash with this, your movement speed is now going to be 120 feet in 6 seconds. But haste also gives you an additional action that you can use to dash. So what this would do is just give you another set of movement. It doesn't double that 120. It adds another 60, making your whole thing 180 feet in 6 seconds. Steven, who was telling me how fast he is before this,
Steven the
with
animal.
his cross-country experience.
It's been 7 years. So
So we're gonna see if he still got it.
So we're gonna see if he can do this in 6 seconds.
My muscles.
He's warming his
Get a little
hands.
warm up. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
This
Jumping
isn't a
is-
jumping video.
is later.
I'm gonna have to full on sprint. Like,
Yeah, you might.
They call him the animal, but we'll see if that animal's a cheetah.
digesting my food.
He did just come from a dinner.
Ready? Go! 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
9.
oh, sheesh.
In real life, the Hydra got
So
you
it took me
already.
8 seconds. And go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And so what we just saw was Steven literally run 180 feet in 9 seconds. I was also able to do it in 9. Grace did it in like 11. So from that, we can kind of calculate our sprinting, like our max sprinting speed. That's even more than a dash. So I'll probably estimate this to be like a quarter of whatever we just ran, because it's not like that was sustainable throughout a round of combat. All right, and we have a bunch of ideas to continue a series like this where we kind of calculate our actual D&T stats. So if this particular video on movement speed gets 1,000 likes in 24 hours, I'm doing 1,000 because last time I just did a like challenge on the lockpicking video, you guys did hit that in 24 hours and it was crazy. We'll do a part 2 to this speed video in addition to whatever else comes in the series, where we try out difficult terrain, maybe even swimming and climbing in there.
Like if you want to see me wade through a bog.
So thank you again to our sponsor, Describe. Thank you to all the new Bob World Builder patrons like George, Max Twist, Dean, K-Sarah, Thor, Billy Jim, David, Fenrisian Space Doge, and Mike Shea, aka slyflourish.com. Join Patreon, that's awesome. Thank you all for your support and keep building.
Stop building.
That's it.